Hi guys, welcome to Multiverse. I haven't done many videos about Amazon Fury Part 3, so this week I'll try to make at least a couple from some of the missions that I've played lately. It will probably be mostly solo missions and maybe 4-player missions. We'll see. The problem with 8-player missions is that it's very easy to end up in a fail group. Kind of hard or pointless to make a video about that. We'll see. So let's start in the Gotham Under Siege map. There's one solo mission that you can do here that will give you basically two reward boxes, and I fail to recall how many marks of victory or how many symbols, but we'll see. So you basically start in Gotham Under Siege fighting some evil Shade Warriors and protecting some Amazons. Oh, and we got a Prometheum logbox. That's always nice. Gotham Under Siege is pretty quiet nowadays. The DLC has been out for quite some time. Usually when the DLC has just been released, you'll see a lot of people, and then after a while, the place is pretty much, I won't say deserted, but there's not that many people after a while. And here also there's some people who should be doing missions from Amazon Fury Part 1, I think. I'm not sure if Amazon Fury Part 2 had missions here. I think the only mission it had here was the Patrol Catastrophe mission, half of which is pretty much inside an instance. So you're not going to see that many people from that mission. Although the same is pretty much true here. You pretty much start in the open world, and then at some point we will go into an instance in this place here. So let's go fight some more shades or some more shade warrior. So as you can see, we need to fight. There's always pretty much two of them together. One of which we have to click once we defeat them. It's been a while since I did videos with my Magneto character. Basically, I pretty much when I play solo, I pretty much always play DPS nowadays. Once in a while, I'll play as a controller, but it's a rare thing. Usually, I'll play DPS solo and I'll play as a controller in a group. It's pretty much how it's been for quite a while now. Pretty much since not Weapon Mastery, Advanced Mechanics has been part of the game. Like you can see, I practically never use my weapon. I use pretty much my powers, which is pretty much what Magneto would do. But thanks to the advanced mechanic, I can use my powers indefinitely without ever running out of power. As you can see, my power bar refills as quickly as I'm using powers. Once in a while, I'll run out of power if I don't pay attention to how much power I'm using, or if I don't pay attention to whether my psychic resonance is on or some other stuff. In some missions, you'll need to break out quite a lot, which usually ends up draining your power bar. So pretty much ever since the advanced mechanic has been added to the game, sadly the game has also been balanced according to people using the advanced mechanic, which made playing a lot of those missions as a controller a lot more difficult. Eons ago I would play only as a controller. I would never switch role, except in a very few rare exceptions. And in those cases, also what I would end up doing was I would end up using my PvP gear as a DPS gear. So I would had back in the days we didn't have armories, so having multiple sets of gear was a bit of a pain. So I would have one PvE controller gear, and one PvP DPS gear, and I would switch amongst the two as needed. And once in a while I would kind of cheat a bit and I would use my PvP gear in PvE. If there's a mission that I really couldn't do as a controller, I would do as a DPS, and to get some extra DPS, I would I would use my PvP DPS gear. So here, as you can see, we have to fight the evil Felix Faust. And there's two ways to do that. You can just straight on try to focus on Felix Faust, but sadly once in a while you'll see that kind of shield that appears around the Felix Faust. That means that you cannot defeat him when that happens. He summons 3 Lost Souls, and you have two options. Either you defeat the 3 Lost Souls, or you destroy that little portal thingy, and when you do so, the 3 Lost Souls disappear. So you decide what you want to do. If early on I would destroy the portal, would make the mission a bit easier, but nowadays I just more often than not I just defeat the 3 Lost Souls, and then afterwards you defeat Felix Faust. Basically, you have to defeat Felix in various steps, because as his hit points go down, once he reaches a certain point, then he gets surrounded by a shield that pretty much renders him invulnerable. So you have to take him down a bit, then defeat the Lost Souls, take him down a bit, then defeat the Lost Souls. There's no escaping that. And then you switch to another map, which was this was introduced in Amazon Fury Part 1, if I'm not mistaken. It's one of the maps that was used for the solo missions, and it was also used for a handful of missions throughout the various Amazon Fury missions, or even throughout the various Amazon Fury episodes, you could say. Although I'm trying to remember what mission in Amazon Fury Part 2 was possibly using this map, and I just can't think of it. Doesn't mean there's not one, I just can't think of it right now. So you have to pretty much go along and defeat the various enemies you meet. You can't really get lost. Like it's not a labyrinth. It's more like a pretty straightforward tunnel. Although the whole map here can act as a labyrinth in certain missions. It depends on which portal are open and all that good stuff. I should probably do a video at some point with all the missions happening in this map. I'll give it some thoughts.
I am Artemis, born of the lost Amazon tribe.
So then you end up with fighting Artemis, who has quite a lot to say. So yeah, you have to go through her dialogue first, and then you can actually fight her. She was at level. She was fairly tough, not too difficult to defeat. There's also a healing stone nearby that more often than not I don't use anymore. But at the time when this map was brand new, when this mission was brand new, I should say, the healing stone was quite helpful. You saw it a bit to the right as I was pushed back, and usually you see she summons some sort of area of effect of fire that will do damage if you stay in it. Again, usually you try to roll out of it. When here she was defeated and the fight was pretty much over. So as you can see, it gives you some ancient coins. Let's open our Prometheum logbox to see what we got. Let's go for the House of El Warsuit. I'll give it to one of my Superman. So you get two reward boxes in this mission. You get one from Artemis and you get one from Felix Faust. Although you get those two boxes at the very end of the mission, so you can pretty much see what you're getting from those. And that's pretty much it for now, guys. So as always, thanks for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.